Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. Ba. Well, I never. You actually won. I'm shocked. We said Satoko could hit it, didn't we? You didn't believe us at all. The umpire scratched his head apologetically and apologized to Satoko, smiling dryly. And Keiichi was amazing too, wasn't he? Keiichi is actually the most reliable person here. Well, when I saw him coming with our golf club, I certainly had my doubts, but that breathtaking battle against Keiichi had me on the edge of my seat. Right, that breathtaking farce. I quirked a wry smile. Not even the Buddha would have realized that while everyone thought this was a fair match, Keiichi and I were thinking about our evil dessert-violating ways. Excuse me, Coach? You remember your promise, do you not? Yeah, this is, I guess I have no choice. Taha? Ahaha, we did it. Keiichi, and this means we're having a barbecue meetup tomorrow. Renda clapped her hands, and we all began to dance with joy. Tomita-kun and our other teammates were jumping up and down too. Well, what's that about? A barbecue meetup? Hey, wait, what on earth are you talking about? Oh. We made a promise that if we won today's game, he'd treat us to a barbecue party of all kinds of high-class meats. It wasn't looking good for a while when Keiichi appeared, but thanks to Keiichi, we won that privilege. I see, so that's what this is about. It was certainly not a game we could have lost. Irie's big wallet would be so sad. So sad. You're right about that, but I did make a promise. When we eat, we do it without any mercy. We need to feed our growing bodies, after all. Alright, everyone. Tomorrow we dine like kings. Yeah! All of the members of Hinama's Outfighters raised their fists high in the air and cheered. Rika-chan was petting the head of the umpire, who was smiling painfully at the off-kilter remarks. He gave her his head and looked like he was about to cry. It looked like the price of victory would be pretty big. You beat me. Sorry. But I have no choice, since I promised. Guess I should go shopping for some meat. Coach, get some grade A beef like you promised. We won't forgive you buy nothing but vegetables to keep it cheap. Boo-hoo. The umpire, whom they were calling Coach, grinned dryly. Crestfallen. Umpire? Coach? The uniform he's wearing had Hinama's Fires written on it. Oh, so he's not just the umpire, he was actually our team's coach. Mabura-kun, is that alright? Can I call you that? Oh yeah. This comeback wouldn't happen here were it not for you getting on base. Please come to tomorrow's barbecue. No, besides that, would you please consider joining the team? If you were with us, we could dominate the whole prefecture. Coach, let's leave that aside for now. You should be more worried about your wallet. Oh ho, despite the coach being an adult, everyone seemed to get along very well with him. Coach, huh? Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Irie, coach of the Hinamazawa Fighters. He extended his hand to me. I firmly grasped it with my own in reply. I'm Mabura. Nice to meet you. Then the coach took his other hand and began to stroke mine softly. What smooth hands you had. Such a narrow grain, and you truly do good to care of them. Silky smooth. Hey, wait. I must strictly instruct our maids to take this good care of their skin as well. and punish the bad ones who don't. Maids? What are you talking about? Ha. Such velvety hands. I just want to put them to work. Ha. The coach's eyes were spellbound, and as his delusions floated through his very own original, magical universe, he made a supremely satisfied smile. How do I put this? Who the hell is this guy? Ha, you look so flustered. Our coach is a little strange, but he's really funny, you know? I felt like you couldn't measure him by saying strange or funny. I really didn't think we'd get along. Snap. The other self in my mind made a witty retort for some reason. Come on. Settle down already, you're making Keiichi-san uncomfortable. Ha. Silky smooth. The coach didn't try to take his hands off mine until Satoko hit him with a threefold wash bucket attack, causing him to faint. Faint like a Pokemon? Is he dead? If you had to eat a Pokemon, what Pokemon would you eat? Discovered something new about yourself. Cake! It was a peaceful lunch break. Thud, clatter, splash! What? What was that? I just heard something really loud from the hallway. What was it? What was it? We rushed into the hallway, and to our surprise, Coach was there with a water bucket overturned on his head. Coach, are you okay? Man, you sure got me. Hello, everyone. Coach greets us cool and calm. What's going on, Coach? You don't come to school very much. Well, I do come here once a week as part of my job. It had been quiet for a while, but I totally let my guard down. Satoko-chan's little tricks always come when you least expect them. Will you be okay in those clothes? Oh, I'm fine. I was just thinking of taking a nice bath, so this is actually cooling me off. You sure are calm, Coach. In fact, you never get mad. It really makes you come off as an adult. She was right. If I were a coach, I would have started running around with the bucket still in my head looking for her. His adult way of not getting mad at every little child's prank was admirable. Listen, Mabara-san. With things like this, changing your perspective just a little can make it either irritating or pleasant. It's all about how you react to it. There's some secret trick to staying so calm after getting hit that with a bucket filled with water? Then I'm begging you tell me. For example, let's say there's this old and traditional family dating back to the Meiji era. Okay. And let's say they have many maids under their employ. Being a large house, of course, they have all kinds of maids. From the veteran ones who turn mean and don't want to give up their jobs, to the new ones who are young and full of energy. See, can you imagine that? Yes? Yes. A space filled with dreamy maids in pink and peach adorned with frills and headbands, with Coach at their center, began to spread out before me. The newer maids, with all their youthful vitality, giving everything they have to please their master. But the older maids won't allow that to happen. They find fault with everything they do, bullying them and tormenting them all day long. Look, there's still so much dust here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Do it over. Splash. A bucket falls upside down on the maid. She's soaking wet and she wants to cry, but still puts on a brave face. Maids. How? I don't get it, but it sounds fun. Maid Rena should be a maid too. Geez, stop. You've an infected Rena. And you, Kei-chan, don't go getting lost forever in Coach's world. If not for this character trait, Coach would be a good person too. One Satoko Hojo-san sighted. I say, Satoko, what is this? I say, look at all this dust. I say, it's time for you to be punished. What? Nya, nya, nya. Coach plucked Satoko up and started giving her a spanking. Aha, Satoko-chan, you're so cute. Ha ha ha. Satoko put traps together with such brilliant predictions. It's so strange how she can't predict the very end, though. Is it? I think Satoko-chan wanted this to happen. She wanted it. Satoko wanted this outcome? What do you mean by that? When she plays pranks on people like this, they always get mad and chase her around. Don't you think it's a form of communication? You mean she's just crying off her attention? Sounds like a terrible way to communicate. Don't people you normally say hello to each other? Oh, Keiichi-kun, haven't you heard it before? People who play lots of pranks are actually lonely and want people to pay attention to them. Rena gave a cool smile and, laughing abruptly, explained. That's what I mean. If Satoko plays a trick on someone, she wants them to get mad or laugh and chase her. It's kind of like a kitty biting you softly. Don't you think it's cute? They will definitely be surprised right here and jump backwards. So if put in this spot, it will work for certain. Satoko regaling us with her trap velocity was improving the already brutal trap hell on the mountain. If Ren was right and her traps started to get people to pay attention to her, then all these traps in the mountains were basically a crystallized form of those feelings. Alone Rika-chan setting up trap after trap after trap in the mountains, always waiting for someone to fall into them. But nobody needed to come in the mountains in the first place. Without a doubt, she and Rika-chan had spent a lot of time imagining how victims caught in their traps would react. Satoko separated for so long from her beloved Nini, Satoshi. With her stubbornness, she never once said that she wanted him to come home. But all the traps sleeping on the mountain told me how Satoko really felt. Keiichi-san, are you listening? Oh, sorry about that. What did you say? All you have to do is pound one nail into the tree, a trunk like this, and it's already seen your trap. What if your brother tries to come over and gets stuck in a trap, and then you come across this withered skeleton? If you trip up right here and smack your forehead, it would really hurt. A human hammer pushing a nail into your forehead. Yeah, that sounds painful. If it was someone really, really evil, this trap could put them to death. I do so look forward to seeing what sort of villain gets caught by it. Why do you keep glancing at me like that? Are you saying you want me to fall for it? I could get really badly hurt, you know. Maybe you shouldn't be using this trap. Is that so? Well, is it true I can use traps without love behind them? Then I'll just move the nail here so the villain really reforms their behavior. They won't get caught by it. Satoko immersed herself in adjusting the nail position. Traps of love, huh? Maybe Coach was right. Just by reacting a little differently, everything changes. Come to think of it, maybe you could feel humor and warmth even when Satoko's traps get you. All finished. Now it's absolutely perfect where it is. What do you think, Keiichi-san? Yeah. It's perfect. I hope a villain comes along and gets caught by this trap. Oh ho ho. No, of course it would be better if that didn't happen. It looked a little painful, but I considered coming here sometime and getting caught in it. Why do I feel like later on in this... I feel that Coach is going to get stuck in that trap. And then die. Alright then, I'm off. Look out for cars. Be back before dinner time. Today was the day of the barbecue party that was the Hinamizawa Fighters' victory celebration. Of course, I, having prepared myself, skipped breakfast in order to stay hungry. Though with all the club members coming, it was pretty possible that there would be a contest based on how much you could eat. Ren was already at our usual meeting spot. Mion arrived a few minutes later. Great. Let's get going. This old man skipped breakfast and is starving to death. I expected nothing less. I too went without breakfast and am now in top physical condition. Wow, you two skipping breakfast is bad for your health. Rena made sure to eat something. Yeah, you're great, Rena. Breakfast is an important part of the day. I'm sure you'll surpass that unhealthy Mion. Get yourself a nice springy bottle and be all over the dirty magazines. Ah, the dirty magazines. If I get a nice body, then maybe a prince on a white horse will come for Rena too. Definitely not happening. If you won't take responsibility for them, Keiichi, then don't give Rena any silly ideas. She might start eating breakfast 3 times a day starting tomorrow. Yeah, I can see Rena doing that. Wait, who did this gluttonous princess think was going to come for her? Well, anyway, we're all nice and hungry. Let's go and treat ourselves at the big barbecue party. Yeah! The venue for said barbecue was to be the Furude Shrine grounds where Rika-chan lived. They held events and festivals there and barbecues too. It was the place that held all sorts of ceremonies in Imazawa. Come to think of it, there was supposed to be a big village festival coming up, wasn't there? The Watanagashi or something. I wonder what that's about. You guys think it's... the Watanagashi's a good thing? You know, think it'd be a good festival? The scenery you could see from high up was fairly superb, and the calm atmosphere in particular to shrines was something fairly difficult to find in the city. We left our bicycles at the bottom of the shrine steps and broke into a mad dash up the stairs. When we arrived on the shrine grounds, the Hamasawa fighters and their fathers had already gathered and had begun setting up for the barbecue early. Of course, Satoko and Rika-chan were there as well. When they noticed our arrival, they waved to us. Oh, so you managed not to forget about this. Curses, if you hadn't come, there would have been that much more meat for me. How truly disappointing it is. You underestimate us, Satoko. Now that we've arrived, you don't think you'll be able to have even one bite of that fabulously marbled beef, do you? Remember when we ate our bento here? You and I have fatal difference in reach. I'll be overwhelming you once again. What? I cannot allow that to happen by any means. Cry and shout all you want. You'll just be watching us fill our mouths with beef. Don't worry, though. We'll give the peppers and onions to you. I'll give Satoko lots and lots of grilled squash, too. You know, grilled squash actually is not bad, if done correctly. Though honestly, it's really easy to fuck up and make it taste terrible. When Satoko heard the word squash, her complexion changed color. When she took my overwhelming reach into account, she knew it wasn't just a threat. It could actually happen. I'll go tell the coach. I'll tell him you really love squash. If it's for you, I bet he'll get a whole mountain of specialty squash from all over Japan. Wow, good for you, Satoko. You'll have your pick of the squash. You can have squash from dawn till dusk, 3 meals a day. Wah! Rena! Everyone's bullying me! Satoko tried to leap into Rena's chest. Oh no, clearly give another second. Rena's mock punches would have of us piled on the ground. So just before Satoko hit Rena, I grabbed her by the nape of the neck and pulled her back. A superb reaction with only seconds of foresight. At least it was supposed to be. But for Rena, when I caught the leaping, crying Satoko, it looked like I was keeping her to myself. Bam, bam, bam! Oh, no, Keiichi-kun. This is Rena's, okay? I'm taking her home. Wah! Rena-san! beat up Mion-san and Rika like that too. Whoa, hold on there. Yeah! Bam, bam, bam. Okay, now where could Rika be? There she is. Rena-san, over there. Just wait, Satoko-chan. I'll take care of her right away. Then I'm bringing you straight home. Beep. I forget what the name of the timeline where Rena takes Satoko home and locks her up in her house. I think it's the one where she eats Rika. Technically in this. Or am I thinking of Trevor Phillips? I don't know. Meep? Meep? Meep! Satoko, you're mean. How Rika-chan's so cute too. How I'm gonna take her home. Oh, Rika. It serves you right. Satoko laughed in a shrilled voice at Rika-chan and Rena's unproductive game of tag while we watched them sprawled out on the ground. Are you alright, Maburo-san? Sonozaki-san? The coach came over and lent us a hand. Yeah, this is just how we communicate, that's all. Don't mind us. If the way we communicate ends up leaving a bruise on my face, then I don't want any more to do with it. You never learn, do you? Laughed the coach loudly. It made us start to laugh too. Satoko's laughter, Rika-chan's yelling, and Rena's strange voice were kinda comfortable to hear. The adults here knew what they were doing, so the barbecue was ready in short order. As the salad oil dripped down onto the plate with a hiss, there was a loud cheer. When the coach brought over a big plate with all the meat on it, we all cheered again. Wow, this meat looks amazing. Coach, you really did splurge on it. I did make a promise. Can you tell how much all this weighs? It really did cost me a lot. Of course it did. Third-rate meat. Wouldn't be enough of a reward for everything I did yesterday. Ah, yeah. Satoko-chan's definitely the guest of honor today. Yeah, Satoko was the one who hit the last home run after all. She might have caught the guy off guard, but the arc it flew was long and true. Satoko is pretty athletic. Not bad at all. She could be one of the best of our generation. She doesn't fall behind in physical ability even compared to me. Maybe Satoko-chan has a big future in the world of sports. Oh ho, stop singing my praises. You're making me blush. Munch, munch. Satoko, for whom the excessive praise made her not notice the moderately grilled meat being stolen one after the other, was just far too cute. Mabura-san, this is heavy. Tomita-kun and Okumura were carrying something over to us. It was a huge barbecue plate. Whoa! The barbecue's protagonist has arrived. The plate was chock full of skewers with vegetables and meat on them. The grilled, burning hot meat juices made a noise as they drizzled off. Gulp? You need a lot of heat for cooking something on a metal skewer. So they had grilled the whole plate at once. Yep, can't have barbecue without some of these. You can say that again. I'll help out, so let's get it over there. Up we go. Wow! Look, it's amazing! Everyone greeted us with a cheer. Each person received a skewer with vegetables and big pieces of meat on it. They also received paper cups filled to the brim with juice. In my right hand were pounds of piping hot barbecue. The left was a cup of juice that I could chug down. If this didn't make you want to dance, you weren't a man. What kind of juice? I can't hold back any longer. I'm gobbling it down. Gobble, 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 gobble. Not just yet, Kei-chan. We've got a little ceremony first. Can I have your attention, everyone? The coach, with a cup of beer in his hand, mounted the nearby beer cooler. This was supposed to be a victory celebration, after all. We needed an opening statement. Damn, I hope it ends soon. For every second this goes on, for a little more the food's freshness goes away. Nuah! Satoko stomped down on the back of my foot. My word, men your age are so greedy. Can you not wait a little more elegantly? Is everything I'm thinking really showing on my face? Okay, so everyone listening. We won a huge game yesterday. It had become a hard battle that after an amazing pitcher came in. But thanks to equally reliable saviors on our side, we scored a beautiful turnaround victory. Clap, clap, clap. Both my hands were full, so the adults and the older brothers gave us a round of applause. This is to celebrate that victory. I always promise I got a ton of delicious meat for everyone. Eat as much as you want and use that energy on our next game. Then after a few words of thanks to the fathers and brothers who helped with the barbecue, he led us in a toast. Cheers. They say that when toasting, you would normally down the contents of your cup, but we were young. At the toast, all of us immediately began to dig into our skewers. After that, it got really lively, with everyone congratulating one another for things they did during the game, like how someone made a great catch, or how someone awesome looked when they stealing a base. Of course, they congratulated me too, the savior who appeared to fight against the Koshien pitcher. Well, even if what I did was all thanks to Satoko. Satoko did have a plan, but you're the only one who could have won over Kamieda like you did, Kei-chan. You did more than enough to deserve praise. By the way, Keiichi-kun, you went to eat cake with Kame-kun after that, didn't you? You looked like you were best friends. The seeds of friendship sprouting between male rivals. Some of that, haha? That's sort of... well, it's... Ooh. I violently brushed through Rena's hair as she turned red in the face. For some reason, the mention of friendship between males dispersing her pleasant-seeming ideas. Is she thinking about yaoi? Now then, where's the hero, rather the heroine, Satoko? Oh, there she is. Satoko was with Rika-chan in the middle of bragging her heart out about the home run yesterday. And her teammates spared no compliment for her, since even though he was going easy on her, the fact that she hit a throw from Koshin pitcher was something else. Satoko was more loquacious than usual. It seemed she was in a great mood. She was flying so high that I thought for a moment about getting a word in to tease her, but she was the leading actress today, so I decided not to bully her at all. As I watched Satoko going at things as lively as usual under the sun, it struck me that didn't quite line up with the pleasant time I'd spent with her. But both of those were the real Satoko. I didn't care which it was, her smiling happily or making a big lively fuss like this, just as long as she would keep smiling like this forever. She looks like she's having fun, quite a lot of it. The coach had approached me from behind before I realized it. As he gazed up at Satoko from afar, like I had been doing, he addressed me, so I could tell he was talking about her. Doesn't it just cleanse your soul to see Satoko-chan smiling? He smiled, refreshed, searching for confirmation. I felt a little embarrassed to admit, so against my better judgment I played it off. Really, I don't think her smile could cleanse so much as a plate. Hoo-hoo. I'm sure Satoko-chan would be mad if she heard that. But that part of her is very cute too. Leaving her cuteness aside, I could understand thinking Satoko getting angry for being teased would be funny. Mr. Eerie, was it? That's right. Everyone calls me Coach, though. I'm very happy you called me Coach as well, Mabra-san. As he said that, Coach Irie smiled, blushing a little. Coach, you seem to like Satoko a lot. I didn't have any real basis for saying that. It was just what I felt to be true. Yes, I do like her. I love her, in fact. When she gets older, I am thinking about asking her to marry me. What? This guy really says some insane stuff, doesn't he? After being astonished by this, I hurried to put my mind back in order. I'd heard that this coach guy was the kind of person who said crazy things out of nowhere. According to Mion, if I took everything he said seriously, I physically wouldn't be able to take it. If I was able to ignore that part of him, he seemed like he was a really funny guy. Mabra-san, did that surprise you? Could it be you're going after Satoko-chan yourself? That would bother me then. I've been going after her for decades now, you know. Coach, Satoko hasn't even been alive for much more than a decade. Huh? Ha. Ha ha ha. Coach gave a dry grin and laughed. Was this how I should be doing it? I must somehow master the art of responding to this coach guy. After that, I received many words of praise for my actions. Almost too many. At that conversation was happening, leaving aside the controversial statements this coach person would spout suddenly, I learned he was very composed and not a bad guy by any stretch. I think Satoko deserves more praise for that crazy home run she got. Honestly didn't think she had it in her. Satoko-chan's older brother was more than the quiet bookworm type. She probably inherited the exact opposite skill set. Her brother? I don't know, I hear he was walking around with a baseball bat before he suddenly disappeared. Right, he means Satoshi. The one who left Satoko and ran away from home, Satoko's Nini. Satoshi Hojo. Do you not know about him? Satoko-chan's older brother, I mean. His name is Satoshi Hojo-kun. And he played with Invisawa Fighters too. I wanted him to play a lot more. But then he transferred. Huh? I see. So he transferred. Yeah, maybe that was a little more considerate than saying he ran away. I remember in the first... We're in the third Higurashi game. And in the first one, we're talking about Satoshi transferring. And I was taking that to mean that I'm going to get murdered. I'm like, I'm not happy about this. And then we built... What am I, fucking bother builder? It's like, can we fix her? No, we can't. Rika-chan is torn in half. So we cannot fix this, Bob. What was I talking about? I don't know. I forgot what I was talking about. Now that you mention, I think it was Rena. I think she said Satoshi transfer too. Yeah, in the first timeline of how many. I didn't know the details of him running away from home at the time, so I didn't pay much attention to it, but only her brother got transferred? That's sort of unusual. Everyone having fun was far away and their cheerful voices distance. The chorus of the cicadas separated us from them, giving me a sense of distance. At first I thought my own voice was far too soft for even me to hear, but for a really long time Coach didn't respond to my words. So at this point I began to wonder if I had said something I shouldn't have. Just when I began to feel impatient, Coach finally spoke. Something unfortunate happened. A few things, actually. After informing me that what he was about to say was a secret, Coach began to talk a little at a time. It's been 3 years already. Right around this time of year, I think, Satoko-chan's parents were in an accident. An accident? Yes. At a public park they visited while on vacation, they fell from a viewing platform. It was supposed to just be a little time away from the house with the family. They went for a walk on a path through a nature park after it rained. There was a little viewing platform that looked like it had a good view. That was the stage on which the tragedy was set. The metal fixtures in the viewing platform fence had deteriorated from time, and with all the rain they had just gotten, they might have loosened somewhat. Right before Satoko's eyes, both the fence and her parents fell. There was a river, some tens of meters below. The water level was high due to the rain, and apparently very muddy. And her parents. Coach gave me a thin, but melancholic smile, and touched his paper cup to his lips. Without saying anything, I knew how unfortunate the accident was, and how Satoko's parents had left on an eternal vacation. Then Satoko is... Well, I was so focused on being careful with my words that I lost what I was going to say. A single word. Orphaned. I knew how little consideration it showed, and how much it would hurt Satoko without having to say it out loud. Come to think of it, Satoko lived with Rika-chan. At least that's what I thought I'd heard from others. Wait, Rika-chan, her father died of illness too, and her mother soon after that. I felt like I heard she was living by herself. Yes, she's living with Furude-san right now. They've probably lived many discouraging days without any parents, but they've gotten along by helping each other. Going on living without the protection of parents is very difficult for kids that age, I think. Mabra-san, you can probably understand that as well. I've only survived because I rely on my parents, so the only reply I could give was to nod. Furude-san is particularly beloved by the older people in the village. As long as she's here, she won't want for much. Come to think of it, you're right. Rika-chan kinda seems like the village mascot sometimes. I don't think she'd have a hard time living here. Rika-chan could go meep just once and get 2 or 3 croquettes from a vendor, after all. I felt like if she asked for help, everyone in the village would. But that only applies to Furude-san in particular. Satoko-chan doesn't have it the same way. Rika being so spoiled was just an exception. Upon thinking about it normally, living on your own as a child should be fraught with difficulty. It wasn't then very difficult to imagine how much suffering Satoko had to go through just to live. It wasn't very difficult to imagine. Was I really thinking that? No, I was only thinking the words. I couldn't imagine it in the slightest. How was I supposed to imagine it when I saw the annoying smile of hers? There was no way I could. I found out she was living apart from her brother, and I just kind of vaguely thought that it was rather unfortunate. I mean, Satoko was smiling so energetically every single day. Was I thinking that her smiling meant she wasn't hurt? That she didn't feel lonely? When she found out my parents were coming home the other night, Satoko said, "A family sitting around the dinner table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal of all." Those words held a lot more weight now. I've seriously considered adopting her. Huh? Adoption? It's a secret. After warning me, Coach put his index finger to his lips. I've lived a really steady life all these years. I own property and I have credit. But marriage is the one thing I never got around to. By law, obviously, a single individual can't adopt a child. So I can't make Satoko-chan my adopted daughter. Ha ha ha, what a shame. Didn't take long for my plan to get her to call me Papa to hit a setback. This guy spouts some crazy stuff. At first I was only half listening, but midway through I realized how rude that was. This coach person seriously only wished for this one girl, Satoko, to be happy. That was neither crazy nor was it nonsense. He just wanted her to be happy. Those were his true feelings. Satoko-chan's current lifestyle is probably not a very happy one. But you know, I want to make it easier for her, even if it's only a little. Of course I can't do much for her, but share my leftover food and do errands that she's not strong enough to do. You're wrong, Satoko's happy. Huh? Coach showed surprise at my having declared that. There are so many people all around her that really want her to be happy. She can't possibly feel otherwise. I spoke with a serious expression quietly, but firmly all at the same time. It was my approval of his feelings and my gratitude as Satoko's Nini. Thank you. Still, keep this a secret from Satoko-chan, okay? If she knew I wanted to adopt her, she'd probably get mad and call me a pervert for wanting me to call her Poppy. For wanting me to call her Papa. Ha ha ha, I wonder. Satoko may have been somewhat childish, but she was still able to empathize with people. She'd call him that, I knew it. As if my feelings had gotten across, Coach grinned satisfied and returned his gaze to the hustle and bustle before us. Her parents and her older brother. She lost her family, had no relatives, and was huddled up with Rika-chan, who was in the same situation. Satoko Hojo. It wouldn't be odd for her to look at her life with despair, but she didn't seem to feel that way. She lived energetically with a smile. I want her to keep smiling forever. It was a naive wish, and yet it was one that he couldn't help hoping for, so the words that I spoke were the same. What a coincidence, I think the same way. Oh, you too, Mamoru-kun. Then that makes us friends. Let's make a promise. A promise. It's a very simple one. The coach said this, giving me a grin. That we will never, ever make her cry. It was a short and to the point. Yeah, I promise too. Coach nodded happily. We exchanged no more words after that. We just sat there comfortably, gazing at Satoko and everyone else having a good time. She certainly lost family, but there were people watching over her. How reassuring must that have been? Just hypothetically, if you did adopt Satoko, what would you do? That's a tough one. Coach gave a wry, happy smile, then exaggeratedly tilted his head in contemplation. Well, first I would get her to call me master, and re-educate her in the ways of a maidservant. What? How does this guy always pick the craziest time to say the craziest things? Mamoru-kun? I haven't said anything yet. What are you talking about? I heard it loud and clear. Oh, that's right. Shion, can you, like, do ventriloquism? Also, hi, Shion. This is the first time we're officially seeing you in this chapter. I clearly said I would put Satoko on a wooden bondage horse and make her my meat slave. That being said, I assume in this timeline we either already know Shion, or we met her when we went to get the food at Angel Mort yesterday. Glad there's no confusion that you guys aren't the same person like you and Mion. Then again, that little surprise is already that was the previous chapter. Aha, that sounds nice. Satoko-chan on a wooden horse. Please leave the item using play for after she's acquired the proper knowledge. It would be very dangerous to go in with the wrong idea. I get it. They do always write on labels to only use things for their intended purpose, after all. That's right, Kei-chan. You do understand. I feel like we're talking about different things. I was like more so thinking like the Jackass movies of like, I'm just imagining Steve-O on one of those like child-sized rocking horses, you know, jumping off the side of a house. Then, with that, it's time for... My hand shot out and grabbed Shion, smiling, waving, and about to leave, by the nape of her neck. Hey, wait right there. Don't just show up out of nowhere and start saying crazy stuff. Speaking of crazy stuff, I thought the Satoko love talk you were having with the coach was pretty crazy too. I can perform a reenactment of the adoption bit. Want to see? Noir? You've been hiding ever since then? Kei-chan, you can't even beat my sister. You're 100 years too early to challenge me, Kukuku. This was Shion Sonozaki, the younger of the Sonozaki twins. Though she hadn't a scrap of the reserved quality you'd expect from a little sister. She was a villain, no better than her old sister Mion. We met the other day in town, and I dug myself into a hole when I mistook her for Mion. Unlike Mion, Shion said she was living in Okonomiya, so I thought we'd never see each other again. But to think we actually would. My frankly displeased expression didn't change a bit either. This must be what people mean when they say something is like water off a duck's back. Shion-san, you came. I was disappointed because I thought you wouldn't make it. Well, I couldn't think of anything else to do, really. I figured I'd come and tease you all a little. Coach, why did you need to call Shion to our victory celebration? How did she contribute to our team's win? Well, you see, I'm actually the manager of the Hinamizawa Fighters. The manager? No way. Then why weren't you at the game yesterday? That's because I'm like a ghost manager. Teh? She seemed to think I'd forgive her if she stuck her tongue out and smiled. She wasn't sorry at all. The match wasn't nearly as pretty without you there. I won't tell you to come to practices, but could you at least come to the games to root for us like you used to? I'll think about it. Maybe I will if Kei-chan joins the Hinamizawa Fighters. I can't get into the cheering mood when there's no good-looking guys on the team. Well, thank you. I noticed that compliment, and I appreciate it. One, because it's a nice compliment, and two, because of a distinct lack of me getting such compliments in real life. Did Shion just smoothly say something absurd? Shion! You little! Where did you come from? Suddenly Mion came running over, latched on my shoulders, and pulled me towards her. Ah, it's Mi-chan's little sister. Hello, Shi-chan! Hello, Rena-san. I'm honored you remembered my name. We only met once. Oh, not at all. Thanks for remembering Rena's name, too. Cut the stupid greetings. You're not allowed to solicit Kei-chan. He's my friend. He's the hope of our club. Don't pull him out and put him in baseball like he's some kind of plant. Mion gave a low growl as she grappled my arm. She looked like a little girl desperately clinging to her toy. Yep, Kei-chan is the rookie of our club. We could never trade him away. Rena's smile hid a nonchalant bloodthirst. Thanks, I'm glad you guys care. She was blocking Shion's way, ready to unleash an ultimate attack if she got within 2 meters of me. I felt like this was going to turn into a bloody battle. That's too bad. We'll leave the negotiations for another time. You don't have the right to negotiate. Coach, why did you call Shion here too? She's a ghost member. She's been slacking off for the last year. I just thought it would be even more fun if Chan was here. Yep. It definitely worked. And that was what he planned all along. Mission accomplished. Hey! Kei-chan, come over here. We're all playing a game. With strings attached, of course. Shi-chan, how about you? The rules are simple and it'll be fun. Should I? I'll just win if I join, after all. I don't want to ruin my sister's presidential image. Mion, now irritated, turned around with a glare. What is it, my sister? Should I join to make this a battle of the siblings? For your sake, I don't think we should. But if you want to... Bleh. I won't let you play, Shion. We're leaving you out. Bleh. Whoa, Mion just avoided a direct confrontation. It seemed like the twins were completely incompatible with each other. You won't let her play? I was looking forward to seeing you two face off. I hate Shion. I'm bad against her. An angry Mion dragged me away. Slide. Do your best. I'll be rooting for you. Go for it, Kei-chan. Yay! Shion waved her hand at us, reveling in the bliss of teasing Mion. Alrighty then. Alright. Well, see you guys later.